How's it going, YouTube? Georgia Dipper here, back with another video. I know we haven't made a video in a while, so I was like, well, let's make a video. So today I'm going to talk to you about the time that a teacher decided to throw away one of my cans. Okay, so this was actually pretty recent. Okay, so. And it kind of pissed me off, but now that I'm looking back at it, it's kind of making me laugh. The fuck's poking me? Oh, it's needles. Okay, so, but yeah. But before we get any farther, we're going to put a dip in. I'm dipping on some Kayak Mint, like usual. Going to be spinning in a bottle on this video. My mud jug, I left it at my buddy's house. Lee, if you're watching this video, yeah, my mud jug is still at your house. So, put it somewhere. You can use it, but you know, you're not keeping it. So let's go ahead and pack us a Lipsky of this Kayak Mint. Do that killer filler. Alrighty, so let's get started. So it was during EOCs, right? And I was taking the history portion. That's what it was. I was taking the history portion of the test, and the person I had that was my test instructor, he wasn't a big person on people that dipped, so he did everything in his power to keep people from dipping. All right, so I'm gonna pack a little bit more because it's not suitable. That's the one. Oh, by the way, pack one with me, y'all. I forgot to say that as well. So if you don't have a dip in, go ahead and pack one in. So yeah, so he did everything in his power to keep people from dipping. All right, he wasn't a big dipper person. All right, so I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna do if it's this guy or that guy. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that mean. But if he watches his videos, he knows who I'm talking about. And if he does watch this video, I'm still dipping. So yeah. But anyway, so it was during EOCs, and he was like, he was that person that was like, all right, everyone empty out your pockets, put everything in your book bag, blah, blah, blah. Well, I emptied everything out of my pockets, except my dip can, because I never take my dip can out. Never in a million years will I ever take my dip can out at school. Unless I'm putting a dip in, because I had to have something in my back pocket. So he goes, all right, does anyone need to use the restroom before we start? He does the whole spiel and all that good stuff. And it was me and a few of my other buddies. We all said we need to use the restroom. Now, me and out of the whole group that went, I was the only one that dipped. One of my buddies stopped because of his ex, and plus he said that it wasn't him anymore, so he quit. And so I was walking out, and I was walking back in, right? Now, me being me, I should have changed the location of my dip can. I should have put it behind my wallet. And so he stops me when I come back in, and he goes, "Do you have any tobacco on you?" At this moment in time, I knew that he knew, and so uh, I go, "Yeah, but you know," and he was like, "Uh," I go, "Yeah," and so he goes, "So what else is in your back pocket?" I go, "My wallet and my dip can." He goes, "Oh, okay." So he was like, "All right, let me see it." I was like, "All right." So I pulled it out of my back pocket. It was a Stoker's can too. So it was one of them. It was one of those lids that don't take much. It's like this. It's one of those that don't even take much. You can just throw it and the lid will just open, right? Well, so he goes, "How much is in here?" I said, "Not that much." He was like, "How much is not that much?" I was like, "It's pretty much empty. Like it's got like one more pinch left." He was like, "So if I open up this can, there won't be that much. It'll basically be empty." I was like, "Yeah." So he looks at it, and this dude, I shit you not, guys, when this dude opened up my can, I could not help but try not to laugh. Like I was pissed off because I knew he was fixing to take my can. I knew it from the start. And so he opens it, right? And like he does the little pat thing. He's like, I don't know how the fuck he's over here like he's like well, I'm gonna do it with my left hand because I'm not left-handed. But he does this number. He goes, I don't know how people do it. And so either way, he opens it, right. Well, instead of using his fingernails, I see him do it this way. He twists. He's twisting this dude. Like he's twisting. He's not even pulling, but he's twisting, right? He's over here twisting and trying to pull it off like that. I'm like, you gotta pull it. He was like, oh, okay. So he pulls it and he does his number. He goes, boy, this is not empty. This still got something in it. I was like, I told you it's got like one more pinch left in it. He goes, well, you know what? Since you lied to me, I was thinking about giving it to you after the test. Just keeping it on hand. That way I knew you wasn't going to put none in. But now that you lied to me, I'm not giving it back. So at that moment, he decides to take it and throw it. He throws it and misses it. And he's the basketball coach. I wasn't pissed that he threw it. I mean, I kind of was because that was my only can. But I was pissed at the fact that he missed. So it was still closed. I was like, oh, I can go get it and, give it to him, quote unquote, but slip it somewhere else. That went, like, I can get it and make sure he's not looking and I'll put it back in my back pocket. Well, he was like, no, I got it. And then he goes over there and picks it up and chunks it into the trash can. Well, I was like, well, fuck you. So all that time I'm trying to get it and all that good stuff. Well, at the end of it, we were going to the bathroom and all that good stuff, and I was like, I gotta go get my pencil. I got my pencil in there, right? And it was the only pencil I had, so I had to go get it. Well, I remembered that the dip can was still in there, so I was like, well, maybe I can get my dip out of there. Well, little did I know, when he threw it, the lid opened and every single bit dropped. So I had to go the rest of the day without a dip, and it was kind of pissing me off. So, but yeah, that's the story on how one of the teachers took my dip can from me, and I had to go the rest of the day without a dip. Well, except one time. I had to go the whole day without a dip except one time. My buddy Lee came through. He had a bag of Red Man. He had a bag of Red Man, and so he came through and gave me a pinch. He was like, "I got a can in my back pocket. If you want a pinch, just get one out of the bag." I was like, "Bet." So, you know, it was a fun day for me. Luckily, I never got caught in school, except once. I got caught once because it was a teacher that. Since that story didn't take long, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it another story. So, this teacher, he was my last period. I usually dipped in his period, right? I usually dipped in his period, right? So, one day I decided to put a pinch in before his class because I didn't dip that day. And so I was like, I haven't dipped, like on my usual schedule. Because usually, my usual schedule was first period, third period, sometimes fourth, which was the period that the teacher that took my can, he was just, that was the class. He said I only dipped when he wasn't in there. And fifth period, I dipped in fifth, and then seventh. Well, I didn't dip in fifth because I didn't dip in fourth because he was in there. I didn't dip in fifth because I forgot to put a pinch in. I was running late and the warning bell was going off, so I was like, I had to rush. I had to get to class and all that good stuff. So I wasn't able to put a pinch in. I wasn't able to go to the bathroom because the teacher was being an a-hole that day and not letting people out. So, yeah. So I wasn't able to put a pinch in fifth. Well, I put one in seventh. And apparently he could see it. Now, if you go back to my other videos, you'll see how I had it where I packed it down. Like I had it way back here, right? And I had it packed down. Yeah. So I had it like this. Well, you can barely see it, but you can't see it that much because my lips already like that, and because I always dip on this side, so it's very. Ew. It's very hard to dip. It's very hard to tell if I have a dipping on this side, especially when I'm in a class that I know that I'm gonna get caught, and so I have to talk like this all the time. Well, he decides to come over to me, and apparently I didn't have it pushed back far enough, so I had it right here. I had it like right here, probably a little bit back. I had it pushed down. So he comes over to me and he starts feeling it. Now he felt the other side as well, but he felt this side. And he tells me to step outside. And he goes, "Do you have a dip in?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, all he told me was just to spit it out. And I was like, "Okay." And that was the end of it. Until the next day where they called me up to the front office. Now, usually what they do is they tell you to give them your can, and they just take it from you. They confiscate it from you, and that's the end of it. You get 1 day of ISS, and that's it. Well, because I'm the smart dude and don't get caught. They didn't even ask if I had a can on me that day. They just told me, hey, because this is your first offense on this situation, the most that we'll do is we'll give you 1 day of ISS in the class that you got written up in, or you can give us a essay on why tobacco is bad. So at first I was like, well, shit, let me get through 1 day of ISS. Let me get out of that class. I don't like that class anyway. Well, they were like, well, if you do the essay, you won't miss learning, because we both know that if you go to ISS, you ain't gonna do jack, because no one does jack in there anyway. I was like, true. And so they were like, do you want to do the essay then? I was like, sure, why not? Because I would have done it in there anyway. Give me something to do. They were like, okay, well, we'll let you do the essay and all that good stuff, and that was the end of it. They didn't even ask if I had a can on me. They didn't tell me, hey, give me a can now, blah, blah, blah. They just they just let me go, and that was the end of it. So, moral to the story. If you're going to dip in school, alright, especially now that they're doing metal detectors, right? So, little tip on people that are wanting to take dip to school and they have the metal cans. Number one, go to the store. Alright. Go to your local convenience store, and it's glowing in my eye. That's why I like these, because they have that reflective. But if you have the chance, go to the store and get you a plastic can. It don't have to be kayak. It don't have to be anything like that. You can go to a store that you know sells it. And you can get you those. You can get the chewed up beef jerky cans that are about this size. Same size as this, and you can use it. Of course, eat the beef jerky and then wash it out, all that good stuff, and then put your dip in there, and it won't set off the metal detector and all that good stuff. Unless I don't think they'll do it, but unless they have the people check your bags, then yeah. So now, but a word of advice to people that are wanting to take dip on the first day of school: don't do it. Make sure they don't check your bags. Like, if all you know that they'll do is make you go to a metal detector, and then they'll pat you down and all that good stuff, then you can start taking your dip to school. If not, my little word of advice is don't take your dip to school unless you know a way around it. Now, if I know for certain, they'll open up your bags, check inside of it, all that good stuff, and then they'll send you on your merry way. Unless you got that one officer that's wanting to go through every single thing and make sure you have nothing in there. So, my word of advice: if you have like a binder, get the accordion binders. I'm pretty sure I have one around here somewhere. But get the accordion binders and stick your can inside there. I'm pretty sure I have one around here somewhere. It'll poke out eventually. Anyway, y'all should know what I'm talking about. The accordion binders, just get one of those, stick your vape can down in there, and it shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to slip in through easily. But like I said, only go one day without it, right? Do the first day without any dip, because then you'll know if they'll open up your bags and go through it and all that good stuff and blah blah blah. So yeah. But yeah, so thought I'd make a video because we haven't made a video in a while, so I was like, well, damn, why not make a video? Plus, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning here, so it's a very different timing than I usually do. Making a video, but I was bored and wanted to make a video, and also, we thought we were gonna do a Siberia review. But apparently Lee dipped all the freaking Siberia, so no review as of right now. But it's okay though, because this guy, once he gets the job, he's definitely getting the Siberia, and he's definitely doing a review with or without Lee. He'll probably do it without Lee because, you know, he dipped all his, I'm gonna dip all mine. Plain and simple. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. Until next time, yeah, this is Georgia Dippers, and I'll see you guys next time.